Hey, sweet living spirit. So I'm gonna come back on. I I had made such a long video, and I just want to give y'all this, okay? Now, let me say this first. I'm not saying about the ones that are on different podcasts or videos and stuff, and and they're doing like sessions and trying to help people and stuff like that, and they're gonna ask for money, you know. And I understand that they have to do that because they're doing their expenses to help others, and I understand that. All right, but let me tell you something right now. God is free. No, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the other ones that are really trying to get you. They're really trying to grab your money. They're gonna grab you. You need to do this. You need, and they're kind. The way you can discern this, I'm not talking about the ones that are just trying to help you and they really give you something back. I'm talking about the ones that are saying you got to go under this link after you listen to my videos or whatever, and there's an audio book and you got to say this stuff and you got to do this, you got to do that. No, 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 no. Source God in you, and you'll feel this. I don't have to verify anything. Remember who you are through God, Source. Go into quietness and find out if you don't know. I mean, I'm still working on myself. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I don't want to ask for nothing. Because let me tell you why. God is free. Money is paper. All right, I'm not saying that we don't need it. Well, we need it in this dimension. Oh gosh. You know what? Actually, if you just gave it up to Source, if you really just truly, I mean, it takes a lot though, because we've been raised in this and raised in the communities and people saying you have to work yourself to death and make money and just die, basically. Well, death is birth, in my opinion. I'm sorry, because I've done this, been there, done it. But anyway, no, I'm just saying, in this dimension, you're going to do that. You're going to think that. You're going to think that's what you got to do. You're always going to have to pay somebody. You're always have to fucking owe somebody. You're always going to have to be not free. Free. You don't have to be like that. You don't. Yeah, there's all these rules and regulations. You got to pay. You got to pay this. You got to pay that. You got to pay bills. You got to do this. You got to pay for fucking food that's rubber. It's not even real. Okay. Yeah, that's another story. Okay. No, what I'm trying to say is God is really free. God, knowing God, source, creator, is free. And if you really give it up to God and just surrender and trust, it really is about trust. I mean, it's scary. You can get down to the nitty-gritty. I've done it, been there, done this several times with kids and everything. And I'm telling you, and that was before I knew my awakening now. Down to nitty-gritty. Not knowing if I was going to have power for my kids, not knowing if I was going to have food for my kids. But somehow, some way, God was with me. And now I know God is in me, too. I'm a spark of God. I'm the child of God. So God doesn't want you to suffer. God doesn't want you to suffer. If God was a bad God, All right, well, not bad, but I'm saying if God was vigilant about people, don't you think, come on, God is so great. God could have ended everybody, everything, and just recreated a whole new world of all purity. Think hard. This is going to go out of the box. Think hard. There must be a reason. We are a God. We're the spark of God. We're God's children. There is the main creator source. The universe creates everything, but it's all in us too. Do you see? Because the only way that God would never destroy something that wasn't good or bad is because it's part of itself. There it is. And I'm so grateful for everything. I'm so grateful for my life and my breath. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my animals. I'm grateful for my home, my land. I'm so grateful. No matter how. Because I've seen worse. What I thought was worst. But there's still worse than us. There's people who don't even have a home. There's people who are starving to death. Think about it, y'all. Yeah, it's almost like that mama that says, you better finish your plate. Because there's little children in Africa that are starving to death. And that was true. You see? And then you say, well, God wouldn't do that. No, listen to me. I don't feel like it's God doing that to us. God's trying to make us remember who we truly are and to take that in ourselves and to know that we are so powerful because we are so loved through Creator God, Source. And Jesus came. Jesus came to show us all. The kingdom of heaven is in you. God, the Creator, is in you. And we're all one. Even those little precious starving children. Everybody. Everyone is one. One. Through God. I am you. You are me. We are all one. Source. Connected. Veins of source. We are all, and if we realize this, yeah, I know we get some other ones. We got others, but they're still us too. The bad ones that we say is bad, but we got to stop doing that though. We got to stop. All right, we can't judge. I know I'm not saying it's not saying it's right. We do recognize that, but what we do is we send that love. And I know for a fact there's more people, humans, sources that are good. They're very good than the bad. The bad. Well, what we consider as bad. The ones that's hurting others and stuff like that. So if we send that force of love, love heals everything. Love is the only thing that is really, truly real. Y'all won't believe me because of what you see in this world. All this evil, all this stuff that we say is evil and bad. No, that's not real. We were made from love, from God, Creator, Source, and we are Source. We Love is the only thing that's real. I got a very, very, very good dear friend, and I'm gonna say this, and she's got a little group, and I love her little group, and I don't even get on it every day, but she named it Love is the Answer. And yes, that's all it is. Love is the only thing you need to know in this life. Whenever you see bad, or you feeling bad, or if anything comes at you bad, you send it love. You throw that, you're going to have to find it. You're going to have to find it in your heart. And you just say, like I had people that was messing with me at one time. And I do remember doing this. And I say, I just wish the highest intent of healing to you. And I said it out loud. I was like, I wish the highest intent of healing through God to you right now. And I meant it. I really meant it. I wasn't just saying that to be a smart ass or anything. I felt it. I was meaning it. I was like, how evil? Well, we were both evil. I had to recognize my own self. I wasn't no better. I was judging. See? This is what I'm saying. We can go into that. We can judge. We can be prejudiced. We can be, hateful. We can be all these things. But we can stop it too. Not just sending healing, the highest intent of healing to those that we think is wrong, but sending highest intent of healing to ourselves too. Because we're judging it. Come on, y'all. God is pure. God is pure. Purity. And we are the children of God. And God is not mad at us for whatever we do here. We're in the vein of God. We're experiencing God through different dimensions and different things. And what we do to remember the source. And yes, we will keep carrying on after this. Death is birth. They mixed it up. We called, having a baby birth. That's actually, I feel like, well, it's not really death. It's just, well, it is when it comes into another life that thinks it's death. We don't have to die. And that's another thing. We don't have to die. We don't have to get, wrinkled or anything. Talk to God. You are part of God, and you say that. You say, I'm spark of you, God. Now, I know you have a blueprint of me, of what you wanted me to be. Not just since your birth in this dimension, well, this life, but past lives. So you say, I really want to awaken the original blueprint that you gave me. I mean, there's so many that has come back, and I know I'm one of them. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. I'm an old soul. There was shit I didn't even think I knew, and I knew. And I'm just a little poor kid, dropped out in 8th grade, went back to school, got a scholarship to do technician for nails, and did that. Then went on and did massage and did, I'm very proud of myself for what I could do. And then I looked into more studies. I did Reiki. I'm a Reiki. Well, I'm not a master of Reiki, but I'm the 3rd, not 4th, which is usually Reiki master. I stopped my own self when I could have been because I was doing healing stones because I felt Hopi, which I'm Native American and I'm Irish. And I did Hopi techniques and I did stones and I knew I had to do that. And always was medium, doing medium. Since I could remember, I could always tap in and talk to the spirits, seen spirits, blessed, helped homes. There's no ego in this. What I'm trying to say is, we all have this gift. We all can do this. We just got to remember, it's the gift that some people will open. I had opened it and I didn't know how to close it back. Well, I must have done it from an early age because I always remember doing it. So I can't help it. I'm talking about seeing spirits and knowing. Told my mom about my granddaddy coming down the stairs. You know, okay, so I did die twice. I didn't tell y'all about this, the first time. The first time was when I was being born. And it was a little embarrassing. But I still don't hold that against my father. My father was chief paramedic in the Navy. He's dead now. And I'm the sixth child. She would have had 9 if the twins would have lived. That would have been before my sister that was above me. I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters. Well, I had a sister that recently passed not too long ago, about 5-6 years ago. She was the oldest of us all, and she died. But yeah. So I'm the baby. I'm the caboose, is how they call it, of the train. And my oldest sister had some visions and things too. She could see shit, and she's the one that's passed now. And then I have, like I said, now I only got, well, I've got 2 sisters left and 2 brothers. And then me, Pickle, the caboose. And it's always seeing stuff. Could always see things, spirits and things. And my mom, she had divorced my dad when I was 1. So it was me and Janine. We were kind of the youngest of the group. And actually Janine, my sister, she kind of helped raise me. Because Mom wasn't there. She was always working. And, it was whatever. We had to live with people a lot. And we had to be moved a lot. And that was okay. We do what we can do. And I found friends more with the animals and birds and bugs and things like that. And I'm very proud of that fact, because that's what kept me being, I'm just giving y'all my story. And I kept up with the elementors. I could see when the trees needed water, and I could see when plants needed things, and they told me. I don't know how to explain how they told me. It wasn't like to say, hey, we need some fucking water over here. It wasn't like that. It was a vibration. It was weird. And then with spirits and stuff, I was seeing stuff. And then I started blocking it. And, because I would tell my mom I was seeing Granddad. And that was her dad. And it really upset her. And then, my grandma had passed from strokes. And my mom had took care of her, too. Working and trying to take care of her. And she had died from she had several strokes. She was bedridden. And my mom would try to take care of her. And then finally she had this massive stroke. And it stopped her heart. And she died. And, yeah, I mean, I would tell her about how anyway, I could see them. And then she's like, you don't do that, Pickle. And she did it herself, and that's what's so funny, but she didn't want to admit it. No, I love that, about that. I remember now. And, so I blocked it. I tried to shut the door, but I could still get it. And it was funny, because I would get it. And I was just like, I knew, but I couldn't see them anymore. And there was even an incident where there were shadows in the corner when I was trying to sleep, and I think I was about, I don't know, I know y'all won't believe me, but I was 5 or 6. I just know I was so little. And I just remember this beautiful white being, male, come in. And he was so tall. And he was so beautiful. And I can't say there was wings or anything. And I just remember this beautiful, tall man. And he had locks. And I can't say if he had armor or anything on. I just remember him being very tall, very bright. And he says, you don't have to deal with those anymore. The shadow ones in the corner. He said, I'm always with you. And then he said, you have power of doing what you say. I don't know, something like that. It was weird. I mean, and then from then on, I didn't have the shadows anymore. And then I could see auras around people. I could help people. And I did that as far as I, could remember. And I always went into fields when I got older to help people. And even when I was in school, I didn't have many friends because there was eventually when I had made a friend. And I'm like, well, your grandma. Fuck. Well, I didn't see him, but I would hear him, and I could see him in this eye, in my third eye here. And I'd be like, oh, well, your grandma's like right there. And she's like saying, don't do that. Don't, or something, don't be with this guy. Or, that fucked me up, having friends. I'm just saying the truth. All right, anyway, I got to shorten this up. And then I went on later in life being a massage therapist. Well, trying to help. Well, it wasn't really massage. It was acupressure type of thing. And letting go of energies, and then doing stonework with Hopi technique and stuff. And I did that for a lot of years. And Reiki, my good friend Barbara, she taught me Reiki, and we went to Louisiana and everything. And oh boy, there's a lot of spirits in Louisiana. Anyway, that's another story. There's so many stories I can give y'all. But anyway, long story short, I'm very proud of what I have been. And then I had to help people to clear their houses and help children with night terrors and being like me that grew up where they're trying to tell you, no, you don't see this, you don't. Actually, if you help them learn their gift, they will control it better. Because if you just suppress it, it's going to make it worse for them. And those are the ones that's going to go into more, how can I say this, outside influences like drugs, alcohol. They're going to get, and some of them get suicidal. I'm just being honest. So, and then I just kept, I would go into homes. There was poltergeist. I mean, there's dimensions. Doors open all the time. This is what people don't understand. I've seen the doors open. I've got friends. They see it too. And I love it because I don't feel alone anymore. And actually and truly, we're not. We're all this way. Some of us choose to allow it. And some of us say, oh, I'm going to shut that fucking door all the way because we're fearful. I don't have fear anymore. I don't know why. I didn't have fear ever since that being came when I was very young. And I think it's because they're protecting me. Now, see, if I say this, y'all are going to think, oh, she thinks she's... No, it's not this. I really feel like it was Angel Michael. And it's not saying I'm better than anybody else. But when you say that, it really makes people say, oh, you think you're all... See, there's that judgment. And I'm like, I'm not... I'm just telling you the truth. I really feel like it was Angel Michael. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else. I feel like we all have this gift. if we just choose to tap into it. All right, I'm gonna let it all go tonight. So many stories, so many things I can tell y'all, but that's the past, you know. I really want us to really focus in this future for us and our children, because especially for our children, that's the next generation. We got to help Gaia. We got to clean it up. We got to do whatever we can do to help. And yes, we're going to have galactic families that's going to try to help us and show us an easier way. But then again, we still have to clean up the mess we made. Even if we were really unconscious, not knowing what we were doing. But we can do this because we are Source. And we are all one through Source, God, Creator, Spark. I love y'all. Later.